The Computer Pioneer Award was established in 1981 to recognize those individuals whose vision has resulted in the evolution of the computer industry. A silver medal is presented to exceptional individuals who have contributed significantly to the development of the computing field. As the creator of the Linux operating system, Linus Torvalds is one of the world's most famous computer programmers. Growing up in Helsinki, Finland, Linus Torvalds was less than 10 years old when his grandfather presented him with one of the first personal computers, a Commodore VIC-20. Young Linus quickly became bored with the few programs that were available for the VIC-20, so he began to create new ones using the early programming language BASIC. Having mastered BASIC, he moved on to the much more difficult but more powerful assembly language. By the time Torvalds enrolled in the University of Helsinki, he was already an accomplished programmer. He majored in computer science and, in 1990, took his first class in the C programming language. It was in this language that he would write the Linux kernel, the core of the operating system. In 1991, after authoring several gaming applications, Torvalds purchased an IBM-compatible personal computer. With an Intel 386 CPU and 4 megabytes of memory, the computer was a step up from his previous machine, but he found the DOS operating system limiting and frustrating. Finding the existing operating systems of Unix too expensive, and Minix with its own disadvantages, Torvalds started building his own operating kernel in the fall of 1991. By the spring of '94, he was ready to introduce Linux, version 1.0. In 1996, Torvalds accepted a position at Transmeta and moved his family to the California headquarters. While working at Transmeta, he continued to oversee kernel development for Linux. Growth was substantial. Linux had been installed in approximately 7 million computers by the spring of 1997. From the time when the kernel was first available, it has grown by a factor of 100. In 2003, Torvalds left Transmeta to focus exclusively on the Linux kernel. He was backed by a consortium formed by high-tech companies, including IBM, Hewlett-Packard, Intel, and AMD. This consortium would eventually become the Linux Foundation. Today, Linus Torvalds remains the ultimate authority on Linux and has the final word on any new codes that are incorporated into the standard Linux kernel. Finding the existing open-source operating systems of the day not to his liking, Linus Torvalds followed the course of the true pioneer and created his own, the widely used Linux operating system. For creating this influential open-source kernel, we present the 2014 Computer Pioneer Award to Linus Torvalds.
So just for relevance, first of all, I didn't get my picture taken with Linus, so that has to happen. For those of you with cell phones, except for those of you with Motorola flip phones, and you know who you are, there's a high probability you owe a debt of gratitude to Linus because that phone didn't cost you $1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Linus Torvalds.
After that video, what can I say? I want to thank the awards committee, and I want to not thank whoever found the weirdest set of pictures on the internet I have seen in a long time. I also would love to thank a lot of people by name, and I've been very impressed by how people can just roll names of people they know off their tongue without apparently any trouble at all. I'm more of a computer guy, not so much a people guy. It turns out there's at least one kernel developer in the audience right now. I have no idea of your name. I'm sorry, you told me 15 minutes ago. Well, by now it's longer than that. And I work with a lot of people. It's been an incredible experience. It's been very rewarding. We have literally thousands of people involved in every release I make, and I make releases 4 or 5 times a year. So there's a ton of people I'd love to really thank personally, and I can't. I'd like to say I'm humbled by the award, but I'm not sure I know the meaning of that word. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who's been involved. It's been great, and I'll do this for another 25 years, I'm sure. Thank you.